Hello, my name's Joey and welcome back to Joe's Poor. Joe's rather poor tour of props and artifacts. Joe's tour of props and artifacts. I usually say, hello, my name's Joey, welcome to my tour of props and artifacts, but I did it differently that time, not on purpose. Anyway, the subject tonight, whenever you're watching this, is about something I've wanted for a very long time. I was going to make a replica of it, and then when this came up on eBay, I thought, I've just got to get this. So anyway, this is the Mac 10. This is an old film prop that I've had for years. These are a style of film prop. I think they were replicas made in the 60s, and they're heavyweight solid aluminium. And you can find these. In actual fact, these are the same models of guns that were used for Han Solo's DL-44, the Mauser, and also the Stormtrooper blasters. Basically, the guns that were non-firing, the original Star Wars props, the stunt ones, a lot of them had the bits and pieces added to these basic aluminium props. Very, very solid. I've got no idea what film this is from, probably multiple. This is the Mac 10 machine gun, machine pistol. It's got a solid wood magazine and a solid wood barrel. Very, very solid. And you can see there a little screw hole. There was probably the little, front handle made of material that glued there. So yeah, very, very rough prop. But yeah, I love these I think they're from the 60s and the 70s. But yeah, these are the same style of really, really solid aluminium props that you see the E11 Stormtrooper rifles, the Sterling machine guns being made of, and the Han Solo blaster. And I think also Luke's gun. Also, I've seen the Return of the Jedi Han Solo gun is solid aluminium as well. The fake the stunt one, the one that didn't fire. It has all the hallmarks of being solid aluminium like this, like these old guns. So anyway, I managed to get hold of a replica of. Well, it wasn't a replica. This is what's really cool. I managed to get hold of Blade's gun, and for years I thought Blade's gun was one of these, a Mac 10, and it had the bits added. But it wasn't until I watched a video on YouTube that actually Blade's gun is the much smaller model called the Mac 11. And I had no idea until watching the video that what they'd actually done is, so I always assumed that they had the Mac 10 here, but this is actually a Mac 11, which is a smaller version of the Mac 10, as you can see. I thought they originally had the Mac 10 and added something on the front that looked like the rest of the gun. But actually what they did do, and this isn't my knowledge, this is the internet, they took the Mac 11, which is the smaller gun, and they cut up a Mac 10 and stuck it on the front, which is really cool. Now, what's very interesting about this? Well, first of all, what's amazing is this has come from the mould of the gun used by Wesley Snipes. So this is what's amazing about this, because I did my research and it said a few of these are floating around collectors' hands from the original moulds of the 1998 film. And what's great about this is everything is so crisp. All of the markings, all the number stampings on the original gun. Not only do they match up with the original screen used prop, like the rubber one that came out of the mould, but every single fault on this you can see on screen used examples. So this is such a clear, crisp mould. Look at that. All of the writing, the text, everything. It's even exactly the same number as Blade's gun. Now, what is very interesting, because this is a prop, and this has not been made by an arms manufacturer. So this added detail here on the original prop, there was two screws to hold this bit to that bit, to the original trigger guard. But what you find is when you actually hold this, they really dig into your fingers there. It really digs into your fingers. So if this was real and you are firing it, that is really going to hurt your fingers. Those two screws, which would have been screws on the real thing. I'm blaming Whistler for that. But also another thing about this gun is, obviously in the film, it looks massive. But when you get it in real life, it's tiny. Because at the end of the day, it is just Blade's handgun. So there's me thinking for years that it was a Mac 10, but it's actually the smaller model, the Mac 11. And just for fun, I have a genuine Mac 10 here, which is deactivated. This was one of my dad's pride and joys. Yeah, this is the genuine article. So there you go. There it is for size reference. Yeah. So very, very cool to own a mould from the 1998 film. My dad got this specially made as well. This, I think he saw this in a film as well. I don't know what film it was, but I don't even know if he saw it in a film or not, or maybe it was his idea. But of course, when you fire this, you empty the magazine, you just literally turn it upside down. So yeah, he got two magazines welded together, and it makes a very, very interesting visual gun. There you go. Pretty cool. I mean, you know, Blade should have had a magazine a bit like that. Real pain to carry it, but yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's a genuine Mac 10 there. Interestingly enough, it actually belonged to the Metropolitan Police. Yeah, as one of their firearms. I know it's going to be full of comments saying, oh, they never used it. Possibly, I don't know. But yeah, apparently it came from the Metropolitan Police, one of their firearms units. So there you go. And I don't think it has any stampings at all. Oh, it has one. It just has a number, that's it. But nothing else. So yeah, more about the Blade gun. As I said, owning this, it feels so small, but when you see it in Wesley Snipes' hands, you can see that his hands are completely dwarfing the handle here. And of course, the reason the handle comes up smaller on your hands as well is because this extra detail that's been added where the trigger guard was, of course, makes the whole handle holding a little bit lower than if you were to hold a real genuine Mac 11. But yeah, there it is. All of the kind of mold defects you can see on original examples of, you know, when this would have been cast out of rubber. So yeah, Blade's original gun, like this as a prop, a stunt gun, it would have been cast out of rubber. This is cast out of resin for extra coolness and extra longevity, but I don't really want to be doing that too much because I fear the weight of that will possibly snap, being it is resin. But yeah, there we go. That's Blade's gun from well, Blade, and used in Blade 2 as well. But yeah, a direct copy from the 1998 mould, absolutely brilliant. So not a replica in the sense that, yeah, this has come straight from the mould. So this is, yeah, you know, this is great. It's come from the Screen News mould. I mean, you know, yeah, you call it a replica, I suppose, but the lineage is amazing. And yes, as I say, I think I've even look, see that? That little mark on my thumb, my hand, and my hat. It's just by holding that there. Those two pesky little bolts. Look, Whistler. That is a really bad position for two bolts because the weight of the gun is pressing down on my finger, and the weight of those two screws is pressing down. If I was firing away, that'd really bugger up my hands, and that's probably why Blade most of the time wears gloves as well. So yeah, there we go. That's Blade's gun, and that's my film prop Mac 10, whatever film it belonged to. Well, countless films, as is with a lot of these props. Anyway, take care. See you later, and I'll see you soon.